Everybody, this is Pastor Jeremy McLean with the Massillon Baptist College Alumni Fellowship, and taking an opportunity to speak this afternoon with Victoria Branch. She's a first-year student at Massillon Baptist College and studying for missions. And so, Victoria, thank you for being with me and taking the opportunity to do this. Tell everybody a little bit about your testimony, maybe your background before you ever got to Bible college. Tell us a little bit of when you got saved, things like that.
Okay. I got saved when I was 6 years old. My dad led me through the plan of salvation, and I got baptized just a couple weeks later. But then I surrendered to the Lord when I was 16 at Mount Salem Revival.
Yeah.
I just was really convicted about it, and I heard it like before, and I didn't want to surrender. I had my own plans.
Yeah.
So I finally surrendered that year at camp, and then that's when it came across to me that God was calling me to missions.
Amen.
And I finally, this past February at my church, Landmark Baptist, I surrendered to missions, and I just feel like that's what God wants me to do.
Amen. And we, of course, mentioned she's in her first year. As of right now, when we're videoing this, it's November. And so you've been at college for about 3-4 months now. You like it so far?
I love it.
Good. Tell us some things that stick out to you, things that make you enjoy it, things that maybe you've learned, whatever. Just tell us a little bit about your experience right now.
The closeness of the relationship in the girls' dorms. I love that about it, dorm-wise. But ministry-wise, I love the bus route. It's really taught me a lot, and I love working with the kids. And we actually got to start a new bus route.
Yeah.
And it's just really opened my eyes to how much is needed.
Yeah, amen. There's so many people out there that, I mean, it's hard, even from, I'd like to think I'm not an old man, 42, but even just in the last 20 years, it's such a shock to think of how many people who never even heard of Jesus, who never stepped inside of a church, and you see those ministries where they're going out and telling folks about Christ and reaching them. Praise the Lord for that. Now, we were talking earlier today, and you mentioned that maybe, I asked you the question, so where do you think God's having you going to go? And you said, well, I'm not positive, but right now, where do you think the Lord is leading you generally, at least?
Africa.
Africa.
Yes. It came clear to me. I was always burdened about Africa. Growing up, I didn't want to be a missionary because maybe I would go to Africa, China.
Yeah,
And that's always a kid's thought. But then I started getting older, and I was reading books about Africa, and it really started to burden my heart into the children there and the different souls that they don't know. And so I thought about it for a long time, and I was catching on that week after week I would hear something about Africa, or a missionary from Africa would be at my church, unspoken of. And we wouldn't know, and it was just kind of like, okay, God's just putting these in my path, and I just kept coming across them. And I said, okay, Lord, if you want me to be a missionary to Africa, just keep placing these in front of me. And he did. Week after week, I would just see something new about Africa.
Amen.
So it was just an eye-opener.
Amen. Well, praise the Lord for that. Lord willing, maybe in the next 2-3 years, we'll have opportunity, whether it's you as a single lady, maybe if the Lord brings along somebody and it's you and the husband going to the field, maybe we'll have folks that are watching this video right now who recognize you, see you, and maybe get you some support to get there. That'd be wonderful. When you think about the college, what would you say sticks out as something, if somebody were thinking about going to Massillon Baptist College, is there anything that you say, this is something you ought to really consider? Obviously, we want the Lord's will to be done in people's life. But as people educate themselves praying about God's will, is there anything that you'd say, this is something I think is so important about the college that people ought to consider? What do you say?
I think it's important for someone just to look into any college for the first year. But Massillon especially, because they do give you things you really need in the ministry in this sort. And if you're just going to do just a regular job. And then, the church itself, it's very homey to me. Everyone there is so loving, and they want to help you, and they're praying for you, and you know that they are praying for you. And then the pastor, you can tell he has a burden for the city of Massillon, and it's just something great to see.
Amen. And of course, we're thankful for Pastor Thayer and his leadership there at Massillon Baptist Temple, as well as in the college. And we're just excited to see. It excites me to see young folks like yourself that come through and see the burden that God has given for you, and to see how well you're being equipped. And I look forward to following you in the next few years, watching to see how the Lord continues to work. And like I said, who knows what kind of support, what kind of directions God will open up for you. But I do appreciate you taking a little bit of time with me and stuff. Victoria Branch, and so first year student. Until next time, thank you. We'll see you then.